So today I want to give you guys my review of week 5 of the NFL season. So first off, the Chiefs and the Saints game. So finally a comfortable win for the Chiefs. I said in my last video that they always give up a touchdown on the first drive. Like, it just keeps happening. And finally this time they didn't allow that. So I was happy about that for sure overall. And Patrick was looking a lot better this week. Threw for over 300 yards, didn't have a touchdown. The one pass that he had, it fell through, the hands, and then that was the interception because, of course, it was. But that wasn't Patrick's fault, honestly. And, yeah, thankfully they didn't return it for a pick six. But, that was unfortunate and everything. Carson still had a fumble. So there was that. Kareem Hunt had a really good game. Travis Kelce getting more involved. And yeah, I'm just glad after last week when he's getting more involved to see that continuing on this week. Xavier Worthy had a touchdown as well. Defense played out of their minds. Out of their mind. Shout out to everybody, Chris Jones, Shamari Connor, George Karlaftis, everybody on that defense. I gotta give flowers for real because they did exactly what had to be done. Even when bad things happen, I know that the defense is going to do, everything that they can and, step up. And Spags, as that defensive coordinator, needs to get his flowers because the defense was absolutely cooking this game. So I have to give 10s. Oh, and Brian Cook had that interception. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. We needed that at that point. So, yeah, some good moments overall. And the Saints, they had, some good drives, they put up 13 and everything, so, they had that moment and everything. But Derek Carr, he was just trying so hard to get the big plays, and he just missed a fair amount of throws in the defense and all that stuff, so there was that. And then now that I'm thinking about it, there was a missed pass interference. So that wasn't called, in favor of the Chiefs. And the Chiefs get all the call, but they didn't call that for the Chiefs. And then later in the game, they did get the call because it happened again. It was the same person who did it. And so they got the call on that. I think there was a missed call that would have went against the Chiefs. So I definitely will say that. I think somebody on the Saints was injured. Taysom Hill, I believe his name is. So he was injured. Derek Carr took a hit and then he had to leave the game. But I think that was toward the end of the third quarter or somewhere in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs were already winning by 10 at that point. So there was that. So yeah, the Chiefs did exactly what needed to be done. I just remembered this and got irritated again. Juwan Taylor, I'm so tired of him. Every single game, false start penalty. When are you going to get it together? Every single game. And then not only that, but he had a holding as well that took away a touchdown. So I'm just so tired of him. Every single game is the same BS. 3 things are certain in life: death, taxes, and Juwan Taylor going to false start. I'm pretty sure this is his last year with the Chiefs. And I hope that it really is his last year with the Chiefs and that they get rid of him because I'm tired of all these penalties backing him up every single game. It's the same BS. And, they can trade for somebody to replace him or they can draft a replacement. But every game this happens. I'm so tired of it. And I'm just feeling thankful to see Patrick throw for 300 yards, to see the defense do what they do, to see, them being able to produce. And he was throwing to a lot of different tight ends and stuff like that, and they did good. Juju did good as well. I think he had a few drops, maybe 1 or 2, but, he delivered. Xavier Worthy, still would like to see him get more involved, and I saw someone say, maybe he doesn't, trust the throws and stuff like that. Yeah, but I would like to see him get more involved. And so I definitely think that they need to sign another wide receiver because we know Rashee Rice is injured. And so I think today we find out, the extent of the injury because he's going to meet and, get scans done. So we'll see then. Maybe they just want to see the extent of the injury before they go sign somebody, but they need to get somebody anyways because he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season based off what I read because they said it was LCL, but we'll have to, wait for them to confirm. He's probably going to be out then. And then next season, he's going to have to serve a suspension. Who knows how many games that is? Maybe it's 4 games, maybe it's 8 games. I don't know. So they just need to sign somebody now. I would love to see Davante Adams on this team. I do because, he needs to win a ring. He's an elite receiver. But due to the contract that he has and also due to the fact that the Raiders don't want to trade in conference, I don't see that happening. But, I think the Raiders should do it. And I think the Chiefs should, make it happen because they want, a second-round pick. Y'all can get it up for a great wide receiver. We need that. And then also it's Raiders, y'all not winning this year anyway. Let's be so for real. You just benched Gardner Minshew for Aiden O'Connell. Y'all not going anywhere. Y'all not going anywhere. We all know it. Y'all are cooked. So, get your second round pick, make this trade happen. But, whether it's a trade, I don't know what they need to do, but they need to get a wide receiver. I'm just glad that they won this game by 2 scores. All the game has been super close. I said by a touchdown or less, and to see 2 scores, I was feeling thankful. The kicks went through. They did what had to be done. So, yeah, good moments. Like I said, they're always stressful to watch, but at a certain point with this one, I felt comfortable with the win. So, glad that they won. The Chiefs are now 5-0. We love to see it. I think the bye is coming at the perfect time for them to find this wide receiver and everything, for everybody to heal up. I think that's important. And then they really need to get that wide receiver before they go against the 49ers. But then the 49ers don't have Christian McCaffrey, and they're looking not the best. So, I don't know. We'll see, but it'll be good for them to have the bye. And then the Buccaneers and Falcons, I watched because I decided I'm always going to watch Thursday Night Football. I'm always going to watch Sunday Night Football. Kirk Cousins proved me wrong. I said, he wasn't going to be doing shit. He can't win in the regular season. They keep going down and getting these close wins. He threw for over 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, and I think that was a great performance. I have to hand it to him. I thought the Bucs looked great, but the Falcons were able to come through and be clutch and get the field goal, and then they ran down and got the touchdown. So Buccaneers defense completely outsold that, and you just let them run and get it, so that's on y'all. But I really thought the Buccaneers were going to win. They didn't. The Falcons ended up getting that win. But eventually Kirk Cousins is going to do what he always does and choke in the postseason. So coming soon. And then the Jets and Vikings. I did not watch this game. I'm actually about to rewatch the entire thing, but I saw that Aaron Rodgers threw 3 interceptions, so that certainly doesn't help and everything. And the streets said the Viking look horrible. So, yeah, 23-17, they only won by 1 score. And they beat the Texans by a lot. They whooped their ass. So, like I said, Viking downfall is coming. But as another 5-0, so, got to give props to Kevin O'Connell and the team because they did what had to be done. And the Panthers and Bears, I saw glimpses of this game. I predicted that the Bears were going to win this game, and I was right. I saw some of the highlights of it. Caleb Williams threw some nice touchdowns, to DJ Moore. I saw those moments. So, yeah, congratulations to them. And Dave Canales is so wrong because he was talking about, we took Andy Dalton out basically because our offensive line is trash, and we wanted to protect him. You took out an aging vet, and you put in your first-round draft pick at number 1, mind you. I think Bryce Young needs to get out of Carolina and get to a good team, Maybe he could do something to Miami. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like they're planning on utilizing him anytime soon. So, yeah, Panthers lost as expected. Next up, we got the Ravens and Bengals game. I told you guys that I felt like this was going to be a good game. I was absolutely right. This was the one that I was mainly glued on, and I have the other games playing in the back because they have the 4-game feature on YouTube that you can do. And this was the one that I was just so excited to see, and it did not disappoint. Joe Burrow threw almost 400 yards, I believe, and he had 5 touchdowns. 1 interception. That interception was a crucial, moment. He threw it at a bad time. I recognize that that's, a moment. And Jamar said that he ran a bad route. So Jamar took responsibility for that. It is what it is. But that was a Joe Burrow masterclass. I am so sorry. Lamar threw for 300 something yards and he had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Yeah, they both play phenomenal. Especially that one play that Lamar had where the defender was chasing him and then he basically runs out of bounds, but he throws this amazing touchdown. That was a dart. Lamar made some really nice throws. Joe Burrow looked really comfortable. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins absolutely did moments. And Joe Burrow and T. Higgins, they won me in my fantasy leagues, a few of them. So, shout out to them for that. But great game to watch. The defense for the Bengals actually did a decent job containing Derrick Henry, of course, until it got to overtime and they choked because that's what they did. And Lamar fumbled, so they had an opportunity to go. But, when Zach Taylor decides to call 3 running plays, then, what were they going to do? Because those didn't even work. And then you said that, Joe changed one of the plays. Okay, but there's 2 other times you decided to run the ball and it wasn't going anywhere. Joe was on fire. Why not have him throw the ball and give you guys a chance? And then whenever that was that kick, and then the holder botched the hold, so then he didn't make, that moment. So that was unfortunate to see as well. The Bengals were so close to winning the game. But, the interception, and they also had one call for delay of game, but I saw that wasn't really their fault. The official was in the way, so they had that call as well. And then not being able to capitalize off the fumble, the defense. I told you guys, I do not trust the Bengals defense. And what did they do? They sold out. They sold out yet again. And I know Joe Burrow pissed. You throw for 5 touchdowns, almost 400 yards, and it's still not good enough to win? I would be sick. Okay? The offense is doing great. The offense is not the problem on the Bengals. It's the defense. So I think that, there's some issues. I think the defense, they got to, do way better in the draft this next year because the defense they have now is not good. And I think that Zach Taylor needs to be fired. I'm blaming him. I'm sorry. Because why are you going to try to put the blame on Joe? Anybody who watched this game, only 5% is, the blame on Joe Burrow in this situation. Because yes, he missed some throws, and there was an interception. But besides that, he played an excellent game. He really did. So the blame is not really on Joe Burrow here. It's on the defense and it's on the coaching. So I hope Zach Taylor gets fired because I've seen enough. I think that the holder needs to go. And I think that the defense, they have to draft better next year and, let some people go there. But, regardless of all that and everything, excellent game. Y'all gotta give Lamar his flowers for what he's able to do with the rushing. They tried to tackle him. They couldn't get him. Shout out to Derrick Henry. Isaiah Likely had 2 touchdowns. Great game both ways. Unfortunate to see the Bengals go 1-4. Hopefully they can win some of their next few games, get a winning record of the season because I like both teams. But I have Baltimore winning and they were able to pull out that win. This Ravens and Bengals game is definitely going to go down as one of my favorite games of the year. I love whenever games go into overtime and just, everything there. And so it was really fun to watch. Bills and Texans. So I had to watch this one on replay because I was so locked in on the Ravens-Bengals game. So takeaways, Josh Allen just made some bad throws. Like his stat line for how many completions he actually has was ridiculous. At one point, I think they said he was 9-23. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And the Houston defense just did exactly what they needed to do. And so eventually the Bills kind of were able to catch up towards the end and everything. I think the defense was kind of just gassed at that point and everything. I think they probably run some of the stuff that they weren't expecting and everything. But yeah, Josh Allen, he's had better games, let's put it that way. Cedar Stroud, I thought, did pretty well for the most part. Had some really nice throws. I think there was a 50-something yard bomb to Nico Collins, so that was an incredible throw. Time of possession was 7 seconds. I love that when they go out and they immediately throw a touchdown. So I think he played pretty well for the most part, especially, at the ending there and stuff. He did what he could do. So I will definitely say that, there was an interception, which was bad. There was intentional grounding. And there was the fumble on CJ. So we have to have those moments and everything. But I thought he played well. I thought the defense played pretty well for the most part. Kicker clutch, kicked that game-winning field goal, and that was really far. So, love the Texans. Like I said, I'm from Texas myself. So to see them get this win was especially pleasing to me. But I thought the Bills were going to win. I don't know. It looks like the Bills might be falling apart, no shade. Because it looks like they didn't really play against strong competition in the beginning. And now I thought they were strong, but it just is looking worse week by week. Because now you just got beat again. But relatively close game. We'll see what they do next week. Colts, Jaguars. I thought that the Colts were going to win. They didn't. The Jaguars won. So, it is what it is. I didn't watch this game. Who cares? The Dolphins, Patriots. I didn't watch this game either. I don't care. I thought the Patriots were going to win. They didn't. And then the Browns and then the Commanders. So the Commanders got the win. And I said that they were going to win. I said that they were going to win because Jaden Daniels is just on the tear right now. 34-13 is crazy. Another Deshaun Watson masterclass. Apparently that's what the streets are saying. And Brown fans, y'all don't deserve happiness. Y'all don't. So I don't feel bad for y'all. It was deserved. Raiders, Broncos. I said the Broncos were going to win. They did. 34-18 is crazy. Like I said, Raiders ain't winning nothing this year. Y'all don't got a quarterback. So next year, draft a good quarterback. And yeah, that's really what you guys need to do at this point. You're going to have to draft a wide receiver replacement for Devontae Adams. That's probably what they want, the 2nd round draft pick. So they got some work to do, but Raiders ain't winning nothing, and I don't like the Raiders, so this is pleasing to me. And, shout out to the Broncos for getting that win. Cardinals 49ers. Now, this was a big upset. I really thought the 49ers had this one in the bag because they typically beat the Cardinals. I think this is the Cardinals' first win against them since 2021. That's what they were saying and everything. And I saw glimpses of this game, but I'd have to go back and rewatch the whole thing to kind of see what went wrong and everything. But nonetheless, the Cardinals were able to get the win. So 49ers, I don't know, the Christian McCaffrey thing, like people said, it is hurting them. It's really starting to show at this point and everything. And yeah, I think Brandon Ayuk had a really good game as well. I think that's what it said on my fantasy because I had him on fantasy. So glad to see Brandon Ayuk is finally doing the things that I know that he can do because I was waiting for him to lock in and, it's finally looking good. So shout out to Brandon Ayuk. 49ers, maybe I'll do better after the bye. Then next up was the Packers and Rams game. So Jordan Love had an interception. I believe they said that was returned for a pick 6, so that's pretty brutal. Definitely got to clean that up. But, I saw parts of this game. Jordan Love threw a few touchdowns and everything, so happy to see him get the win. I like Jordan Love a lot. I like Green Bay a lot. Shout out to Matt LaFleur. They did what needed to be done. But, Ramsey is injured. So I'm excited to see them, continue to get better and go against some really good teams and everything. Because, like I said, best team that Minnesota went up against all year. And they need to get rid of their kicker. I don't know if they've done it already, but they need to. Because you keep missing all those field goals. It's liability. Because if they would have made those field goals, then they would have had a strong chance to beat the Vikings. So, yeah. Giants Seahawks. Didn't watch because who cares? But I thought the Seahawks were gonna win, and the Giants found a way to win. So it is what it is. But Daniel Jones is still trash. So, I'm not really that moved. Cowboys Steelers. I watched this game. It's always a slog to watch any Steelers game. Like everybody said this, and it's absolutely so true. Offense is just not really that exciting to watch. The defense played pretty well. They had multiple interceptions on Dak Prescott, and yeah, they gave them multiple opportunities to come back and win. Justin Fields just did too many like big play kind of passes that just kept not working and everything. I think he had some times where he was almost intercepted basically and all that. And so yeah, just taking more care of the football and everything. And George Pickens, who, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. It was a boring game to watch. Got delayed 1,000 times. Wasn't worth the wait. Wasn't worth the watch. But I decided to watch Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and Sunday Night Football always. Yeah, I thought the Steelers were going to win, but the Cowboys won, and the Cowboys still suck. I don't care. I root against the Cowboys, even though I'm from Texas, because they're an embarrassment. Y'all not winning until you get rid of Dak and Jerry Jones. So I guess I'm going to have to wait 15 years to see that happen. But yeah, that's basically my takeaways for week 5 of the NFL season. That Bengals and Ravens game, one of the games of the year, absolutely for sure. But let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you have on your fantasy teams? Who won for you? Who was disappointing for you? And all that stuff. What did you think of this week's games? What were the ones that you really enjoyed to watch? And yeah, I do videos on the NFL every week now because I'm going to review every single week the games that I watched, and then I'm going to be giving you my picks. So my picks will be out by the time you see this video, and all my NFL videos will be at the end screen and down below. But if you enjoy it, you can like, you can comment, and you subscribe, and hit the bell to see more. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.